Hey guys, so I'm super excited to make this video. I've made some pretty nice pickups over the last couple of weeks, and just kind of waiting for some of them to get in before I made this. Uh, for those of you who um, have been kind of following along my progress on my Hall of Fame binder, some of this goes toward that. Actually, pretty much everything I picked up is specifically for that, but I've been down to 7 players that I need to add to my Hall of Fame binder. So these are players that I do not have a playing days card of theirs in the Topps kind of base set. So those 7 players, just in alphabetical order, are Larry Doby, Bob Feller, Sandy Koufax, Mickey Mantle, Satchel Paige, Jackie Robinson, and Ted Williams. As you can tell, those are some of the bigger names. Not all of them are huge, but certainly a couple of those are they're ones I'm gonna have to save up for. And so I'm gonna start kind of doing that. My hope and plan is to pick up at least one of those kind of the bigger ones in Strongsville next year. Not at National, but already making plans for Strongsville because that's the way we do it. But anyway, I want to show you some cards, show you what I picked up, and hopefully you can kind of uh, see kind of what I'm excited about. I recognize that at least with one of the cards, it's going to be a good demonstration of how sometimes I collect differently than other people. Kind of what I'm willing to give up in order to get what I want out of the card. But let me kind of move some stuff around, show you some cards, talk you through. I'm going to give a shout out to one other YouTuber, um, but I'll explain that again when I get there. So just give me a couple minutes and we'll jump back in. All right, so this is the list. Uh, Pardon if you can't read that, but I just wanted to have this for this video. It's really cool to be able to see that I'm down to just 7 players. So anyway, the first couple of cards are not new players. This is not on that list, but this is a card that I have wanted for a while now. The 68 Tom Seaver with the All-Star Rookie logo. I love the All-Star Rookie logos. I love this Seaver. It's one I've wanted for my binder. I currently have his 75 in there, but I wanted to get this one, and so my plan is to put that one in. Another new card, but not a new player, and I will explain why I picked up this card in just a moment. It is the 1961 Warren Spahn. Great card. You know, I think I saw somebody just picked this up recently. I really liked it. I love this image of Spawn, and I was happy to get that one. So I needed a Spawn because I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. Oh goodness, just last Friday I guess it was, and we were sitting down and having a cup of coffee together, and he was asking about this project. He has some cards. Actually, he has some cards that I'd like to get a hold of just to look through, and but he's been really good to me and to my boys, giving us a bunch of cards and even unopened packs to open, like from the 80s, and so that's been a lot of fun. I've shown my Don Sutton from the 68 top set, and he gave me that. So, but he mentioned that conversation. I was telling him I was listing the 7 players and told him I had some of those, that I was looking for, and he said, "Oh, I think I have a Sandy Koufax." So I also go to church with this guy, this friend of mine, and so the next night he came to church and gifted me a 59 Sandy Koufax. Great image of Koufax. Sharp looking card. I can get it to focus if I'll cover up Spawn's face. But what a great card. Another great a great gift from this friend of mine. Now, my 59 binder is full. My 59, I only allow myself 3 cards per year. Well, one of those was Warren Spahn, so I was able to pick up that worn spawn so that I could go in here, cross off. You can hear the click of the pen maybe. Cross off my Sandy Koufax. Now I'm down to 6. And then what I've been doing for the last few of these cards is if you know these cards, which probably most of you do, I'm stuck with the Satchel Paige. Not stuck. The 53 top Satchel Paige it's a beautiful card. I love that card. I am very excited about one day getting it. I realize it's the most costly card that's on the list because there's just one option. I don't have an option of other years like I do with every other player on this list. And so when I've been looking at these other players, I've looked at cards, just looked at their cards, just try to find ones that I liked, that appealed to me. I wanted to try to find ones in maybe years I didn't have as many of, but really I just wanted cards that looked good. And one that I was attracted to with Larry Doby was his 54. And so I've been looking for a good example of his 54, and that is a fantastic example. Now, if you know the 54s, you'll know that this one, top to bottom, it sits a little low, but I have a much bigger problem when they sit high and you're losing some of the name. So this Larry Doby, and really my problem with a lot of the 54s is the face on the player has faded. The color in this 54 is just tremendous. So this is my Larry Doby for my collection. I'm super excited about this. I said I was going to shout out another YouTuber. I'm going to do that now. So I sat down with my boys at lunchtime today, and we watched Tony over at Southern Collector give us a little history behind Larry Doby. When I got this card, I wanted to talk to my kids about my boys who are 11 and 13. I wanted to talk to them about Larry Doby and his importance to the game. And I thought, well, better than me, what if I could get somebody who has already done this and maybe would draw my kids in a little bit. So so I started watching it with my boys, and then about halfway through I went and I grabbed this card to show them that I had gotten a Larry Doby card, and it kind of raised their excitement for me. So anyway, so thank you to Tony for that. I really enjoyed looking at that. Then of course we got to see all your autographs, and they were quite wowed by his collection. Is his collection better than yours, Dad? Yes, his collection's better than mine, but that's all right because Tony's a nice guy. If he was a jerk, maybe we'd be. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, Tony, if you happen to watch this, thank you very much for that. I just enjoyed watching that. I've watched a lot of these videos that Tony's done, but it was nice to be able to sit and watch one of those with my boys. You can go see a movie about Jackie Robinson, but there aren't movies about Larry Doby. So, now I also said there was one card that that I had picked up that was maybe different. Actually, let me go ahead and cross off, because now we're down to 5, and I'm not finished yet. I said that I'm aware that I collected differently than a lot of people, but as I was looking for this next player, as I was looking for, I'll just tell you who it is Bob Feller. One of the cards of his that I just was immediately attracted to as I started to look through his cards was his 52. I love Feller's 52. The color on the background just pops. It's a very bright color if you get a good image. And again, it's one of these things where if you're going to buy a Bob Feller from 52, in my kind of collecting journey, what I'm willing to pay for this card, this player, it's like I can either pay more than I'd like to pay for him, or I'm going to have to settle for a faded version or get a different card. And I didn't want to do either one of those last two things, and so I've been searching, I've been looking, and I came across a Feller, and I'm just going to show you the bottom of the card here if I can lower it in and try to cover it up here a little bit. But you can see if I can get it to focus. That's the bottom of that card. Now this is where I think I collect differently than a lot of people. Like, I know that turns a lot of people off, and I'm showing you that not to complain about the card, but so that won't be your focus, hopefully, when I actually show you the card. Because if that's all you're focused on, you're not going to see the beauty of this card, and that's okay. It's not for everybody, and I get that. But look at the color. Look at the picture, the image of Bob Feller on this card. Now I got to tell you, when I see this card, and I was worried about it, because I got it off of eBay, and I was concerned that when it actually showed up in the mail that it would disappoint. Because I've been disappointed. I don't really like to do cards like this through the mail. But I was concerned that this would draw my attention, and I've got to tell you, it just doesn't. In person, the only thing I see when I look at this card is the image, the fantastic color on the background. If you try to find a card that's similar to this with the image but does not have the torn bottom, you're likely going to pay 3 or 4 times more than I paid for this card. And since I was able to do that, I was able to pick up a Larry Doby as well. So I am now down to 4, clicking the pen again, I'm now down to 4 cards. I don't want the list to be the thing that's main in this picture. But this is 3 new additions. I did not think that when I got down to 7 players that I was ever going to be able to show you 3 brand new additions to my binder. But there you are. That's my Bob Feller, Sandy Koufax, and my Larry Doby. Cards I am super excited to own. So anyway, thank you very much if you've watched all this. Thank you for paying attention and listening through all of my ramblings. I'm just super excited about this. Couldn't wait to show them off. And so thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.